Video sponsored by Squarespace. This is what the type of YouTube videos you watch says about you. If you like to watch video essays, then as a kid, you like to read a lot. But now that you're older and burnt out, you watch these instead. And you like to tell yourself that this is still more productive and educational because it kind of feels like adjacent to reading, like an audiobook. Even if the topic of the video essay is like a 2-hour long breakdown of a video game soundtrack and you've actually stopped listening to the voiceover or absorbing any information like 40 minutes ago, the longer the video is, the better. You ultimately know that like this isn't really educational. It is still just entertainment, but at least it's not mindless entertainment, you know? Like, there's still thought involved. Except what that really means is you've outsourced all of the thinking to a stranger online with, like, a Blue Yeti microphone. You don't actually watch TV or movies or play video games in your spare time, but rather you enjoy listening to someone's post-mortem of those things that you've never watched or played yourself. 3-hour-long video on the soundtrack of Metal Gear Solid 2? Yeah, I'll watch that. Have I fucking played the game? Do I know what that is? No, but like, in my opinion, okay, I am just testing my inference skills, right? By like filling in context for something that I know nothing about, okay? That's the only true active thinking part of watching these videos. If you like to watch true crime videos, then you are statistically probably a woman. And as a woman, there's really nothing in this world that relaxes you more after a hard and scary day out in the hard and scary world like listening to a faceless voice talk about dismemberment at 1 a.m. If you like to watch challenge videos, then you're probably like 15 years old and like too young to be around when like the 2010s dystopian phase was going on where like all the movies and books were about like, what if people were put into terrible games and forced to compete for their lives? But that's okay because the 2020s version of that is being one of 200 participants in a Mr. Beast video competing about how to survive 24 hours in a freezer or like eat an entire cactus or something. If you like to watch gaming videos, then there are 3 subcategories of games here. So the first subcategory is competitive or first-person shooter games. So if watching someone play these types of games is your favorite genre of YouTube video, then in a past life, you were a red-faced man with a beer belly screaming at the TV about some football player, because this is the new generation's version of that, basically. Deeply invested, it's high stakes for you, and if anything goes mildly wrong, then either the YouTuber or the chat is telling someone to Okay, and then the second category is horror games. So for this one, it's probably obvious to you. If you like watching these, then you want to be scared, but like only slightly scared. You know, just like a little spooked. So like watching someone else play this it outsources the fear of like playing it yourself because you're living like someone else is walking through the scary haunted hospital, you know? And also, it's way easier to hide behind your hands when you don't have to hold the controller at the same time. And then the last subcategory is like comfort or sandbox gaming. So here, you just want to unwind, you know? You're stressed. Life is stressful. I just want to watch someone build their condo on Minecraft creative mode, okay? Or like someone run their Sims human rights violation machine. If your favorite type of YouTube video is vlogs, then again, split into 2 categories. So I think the most simple distinction that is accurate for vlog content is there are 2 types of vlogs: relax vlogs versus number 2, the full like in-your-face crazy style vlog. And the difference between the 2 styles are basically the 2 types of lifestyle propaganda. Basically, if you like the relax vlogs, then you want to live in Europe, and if you like the crazy style vlogs, then you want to live as like a hyper-capitalist millionaire in the US. It's basically like the 2 most common aspirational lifestyles, right? So relax vlog is like out on the town, shots of like matcha foam by the beach, go to the farmer's market, go get a coffee, read a book, smoke a cigarette maybe, walk home, go to bed, get up and do it all over again. Essentially, you're fucking Europe maxing. And then if you like the insane like ADHD ass style vlogs, then it's like jump cut every 3 seconds, private jet, mansion, Lamborghini. It's either like the 2010 style LA mansion content house fantasy with like a ginormous swimming pool and like a weirdly barren cookie cutter interior design to the house, or it's like a New York penthouse at night overlooking the skyline. Okay, so if you watch finance videos, so for finance, I've split this into 2 categories. The first of which is like videos about managing your finances, right? So if you watch videos on like finances, managing your money, then you're a little anxious about managing your finances, or a lot anxious about your finances. Actually, just thinking about opening your banking app is like enough to like give you full body sweats. You've watched like 5 different videos this week about like your needs versus your wants. Is watching these helping you improve the number in your bank account? Probably not, but it gives you a sense of control. So at least there's that. Okay, and then the second category of finance is making passive income. So if this is your favorite type of YouTube video, then it's kind of obvious. You want to make money, but specifically you want cash that like prints itself while you piss. Affiliate links, vending machine, crypto, day trading, it doesn't really matter, just so long as you can do it from like the comfort of your bedroom. With minimal fucking work, obviously, but now you're like 3 courses deep and still somehow refreshing the payout at 0. The only passive thing here is your bank account, which actually brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. Because if you're gonna spend all this time watching videos about making money online, you might as well just build something that's actually useful online. Like, take action, take control of your life. Squarespace is basically a website platform that lets you create a website, sell stuff, run a blog, launch a project, whatever it is that you're trying to do on the internet online. I recently made my own site with them, and I mean, it's already up and running if you want to check it out. But the process of setting up this website was actually really, really fast. Squarespace is a bunch of professionally designed templates so you can make something that actually looks good without knowing how to code. This is actually like a bizarre problem that I ran into, which is, as you can see, my site looks like it's kind of shitty looking, but that was actually on purpose. Like, I know like nothing's aligned in the templates and it's spaced all weird. That's all shit I had to go in and change because I feel like that kind of fits the aesthetic of my brand. But when I got the site that like Squarespace made for me, it actually looked too nice, which is a fucking funny problem to have. It meant that I had to go in and like manually fuck it up a little, but you're probably not gonna have that problem. It'll be good for you. It'll look legit. Squarespace also handles things for you like domains and security, which is really useful because if you're like me, I didn't know how to do any of that and I didn't have to think about it. It's already done. So if you're thinking about passive income, Squarespace makes it stupidly easy to get it up and running, which is already more progress than watching 7 more passive income stream videos. Head to squarespace.com/crystal to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using code crystal. If your favorite type of YouTube video is gym videos, so for gym videos, right, I've split this into 3 subcategories of the type of videos. So the first category is what I call gym for spectacle. So this is like technically gym content, but it's like gym content for entertainment. So think people like Sam Sulek or like the Mike Israel scandal, Greg Doucette yelling at someone, etc. All technically gym content creators, but you're not fucking watching these for training tips. This is basically like the boy version of like a gossip channel. Let's fucking face it, okay? That is okay. It's very entertaining. I watch these because it's a soap opera, right? And I know that you won't like that I called it that, but it's okay. It's okay. We all like trashy reality TV, okay? Catty bitch fighting is a spectrum. Okay, and then the second subcategory for gym is like actual gym tips. So like how to improve your form, etc., etc. So if you like to watch these types of YouTube videos, you probably study or work in STEM and are like fixated on hyper optimization. Like when you're spiritually meant to be some like zero muscle mass fucking engineer playing Valorant in your spare time, but you discovered creatine, so now you're doing this instead. But then you also still have that like tech adjacent brain, so like you just can't help but like try and optimize something to its like final form, right? Like absolutely scientifically the best way to do some shit. So you've basically done that for exercise. And then the final subcategory of gym videos is like workout videos. So like the videos where someone else is working out next to you. So I personally am only familiar with like the lockdown home workout version of this, like those fucking booty busting home workouts. I don't know if there are like other variants of this, so apologies if this is not all the way accurate. So if this is your favorite type of gym workout video, then you started watching these, as I said, in lockdown, and you have PTSD to like a certain music choice. So the royalty-free EDM music starts playing and you have like a full Pavlovian, full body urge to like just drop onto the floor and start fucking doing burpees like a war veteran. If your favorite type of YouTube video is either a tech review, an unboxing video, or mukbang, you might think it's fucking weird that I put these in the same category, but it's because I have the same thing to say for all of them, which is basically, if you like these videos, then you basically like vicarious consumption. So what do I mean by this? Basically, you like getting a hit through watching someone else unbox the product or like eat the giant sloppy bowl of noodles. Like for whatever reason, you can't like buy the product yourself or like eat the disgusting bowl of noodles yourself, but you kind of still like getting the fake hit from watching someone else do it for you. I want someone to do like a study on this phenomenon. I'm sure they have. It's like drinking a Diet Coke, you know? Like your brain thinks there's sugar, but you didn't actually do it. If you like science or history explained videos, then you like to tell other people that you wish or like you could have gone into math or science or history and that you just love understanding things, you know, and like how they work. But in reality, 15 minutes into an actual university level lecture on like civil engineering would have you asking to be put into a medically induced coma. Because if you're being honest with yourself, you love science or math or history to the extent that like someone else is explaining it to you in like 5-minute videos. In the way that like anything can seem interesting if it's only for 5 minutes. If you like watching observation commentary channels, then you're probably a contrarian in your everyday life. Not even necessarily on purpose, but like if someone says something to you, then like you just cannot help yourself about like thinking about the other side. It's actually like it's pretty fucking annoying. Obviously to the people around you, it's annoying, but like also you kind of just annoy yourself as well because it's like self-congratulatory and smug and just like, it's like the living embodiment of that fucking soy face Wojak, like the smug one, like this motherfucker. If you like watching psychology YouTube videos, then you feel a little bit bad about some aspect of your life. But this is cheaper than paying for a therapist. It's basically the psychological version of like Googling your symptoms when you're sick and then like crowdsourcing your diagnosis from the internet. If you like watching those self-improvement videos, then there are like basically two main pipelines, right? Like the men's one and then the women's one. So you probably know the style. I'm not going to get into it. Like the men's one is like the monk mode, Reddit thread, unfucking your life, etc. And then the women's one is like someone telling you that you need to like embrace your dark feminine side and like be in an abundance mindset and like detach from people that are dragging you down, right? So like if you watch any of those videos, this is basically like one of the two types of modern day coping mechanisms to your late stage capitalist my chungus life. So the first type of coping mechanism is like the jester archetype where you make self-deprecating jokes about your situation and your life as a form of levity, right? But the second type would be this, which is these self-improvement, take control of your life, tough love type videos. So instead of laughing at your problem, you try and like engineer your way out of it, right? So like your life and your sense of self become projects that you can optimize, thus the very elaborate routine. You're on a strict diet, you know, like cold showers only, spreadsheets, like trying to cut out any activity or time which is like inefficient, like hanging out with your friends or having a non-monetizable hobby. You know, those are disgusting. Broke people mindset, okay? Spiritually broke. Every video swears that the next habit stack is gonna like unfuck your life for you, right? And with each video that you watch, you hope in some small way, either consciously or not, that the correct configuration of behaviors will eventually produce the correct configuration of your life. You will be happy. You'll have done it right. But what's actually happening is in watching these videos, you're not actually fixing anything. This is surplus enjoyment. The idea being that the pleasure doesn't actually come from trying and solving the problem. The pleasure comes from the process of trying to solve it and the feeling that you are in the middle of fixing your life. So through watching these videos and implementing these habits, you're not necessarily becoming happier. What you're becoming is just becoming extremely good at maintaining the feeling that happiness is just around the corner. Okay, so this next genre is kind of like a blanket term that I just made up just now, which is called special interest YouTube. So this is basically like if you have a specific interest in something and so you just watch videos about that thing, right? So for example, archival fashion, vintage cars, watch collecting, mechanical keyboards, fountain pens, trains, you kind of get the idea. In which case, if you watch these, then you kind of just stay in your lane, you know? Like you know what you like, analog, simple pleasures. And your foray into the online space is still orbiting around this maybe analog interest that you have, and I respect that. If you like to watch cooking videos, then you've made more than one indefensible replacement for like an ingredient after watching said cooking video and then have it taste like absolutely diabolical, but you still try and like really hardcore propagandize yourself into thinking that this tastes pretty good. It's pretty good for a first attempt, like it's not that bad. If you like to watch Get Ready With Me or like makeup videos, then this one is actually very similar to the cooking videos in that because you watch tutorials of someone else doing that thing, you go out and like buy a bunch of products to try and do the same thing on yourself. But as with the person trying to make a croissant from scratch in their shared kitchen, this is a little bit of a fool's errand. But practice makes perfect, as they say, so good luck. You're also very focused on like trying to find your color season. Like you've definitely gone on the subreddit for like color seasons, like tried to figure it out yourself and then you couldn't decide. So then you went to people you know in real life and like asked them some like, do you think I'm a bright spring or like a light spring? But then once they give you their answer, you go and like check the palette and then you get kind of upset that it tells you that all the colors that you like to wear look terrible on you and you can't wear gold jewelry, you have to wear silver. And then because of that, you decide that actually maybe all of the seasonal analysis stuff isn't real. I don't wear gold jewelry. If you watch DIY, then you either like to watch those like primitive living videos from like a Luddite in the woods building an entire hut out of scratch, in which case this is a form of escapism for you as you sit in your little concrete box on a concrete street in your concrete city chained to your concrete corporate job. Or number two, you're watching videos about like fixing drywall and like installing shelves because you've decided that you're not gonna be one of those modern people who has to like fucking call a guy for everything, okay? You mother are taking action, you know? Like, you're gonna learn how to use a fucking power drill. The hut with the entire fully functioning irrigation system will come later. If you like to watch reaction videos, then you basically want to watch the original video, but you have anxiety about like new things, and so you need some YouTuber to like fucking hold your hand through it while they contribute minimal extra commentary or entertainment to the original video. This is like Baudrillard's fucking simulation where you're watching someone watch the thing for you, just the video equivalent of having a pacifier in your mouth. If you like to watch cryptid horror videos, then your preferred form of cardio is sprinting to the bathroom late at night because the hallway light is off and you're scared. You probably also like playing really convoluted, complicated ass tabletop games with like a fantasy map with like month-long campaigns. If you like to watch pop culture commentary videos, then you have a celebrity or public figure that you like to think or like tell people that you're not a fan of. And then when you're talking about this public figure, you go through like your 6 prepared talking points of like why they're not a good person or their music or their acting sucks, etc., etc. But the only reason that you're able to give these rehearsed talking points of why you don't like this person is because you've probably watched over like 30 hours of various pop culture tea channels talking about that public figure. So clearly you do care enough to like click on a video about them, but they're just like your parasocial public scapegoat, you know? Like someone that doesn't know you exist, but you think about them when you need to let off steam in your personal life. But I think ultimately if you watch these channels, you're not like actually, it's not that messy to like watch or enjoy these. You're just a little nosy. Like you just kind of like being in people's business. It's the equivalent of listening to gossip in the hallways. Okay, so unlike the last ones about celebrity gossip or pop culture news, if your favorite type of YouTube video is like those debate videos or like Jubilee videos, then you are messy, you're a messy bitch. You're here to watch strangers scrap. And also, everyone knows that this shit is like marketed as seeing both sides, you know, like civil discourse. But you fucking know, Jubilee fucking knows, it's not that at all. You clicked on this because the title says ex-evangelicals versus hardcore atheists, and then your reptile brain just started chanting, fight, 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 fight. If your favorite type of video is productivity videos, then you are in school. You like to watch these to cosplay being productive or like getting work done. But the reality is that whatever task you were doing is now dragged on for like 30% longer because you spent time setting up your fucking bullet journal spread and like trying to find the perfect lo-fi Pomodoro study with me video. If you like to watch interviews, then you just want to watch TV, to be honest. Like, you just want to watch traditional television, but like on demand and shorter. This is basically traditional TV. It's like the closest that it'll get to like an actual talk show. It might even be just like actual TV, but like uploaded onto YouTube. If you like to watch these, then like you're loyal to a specific personality or talk show host, which is actually very unique on YouTube because everyone here, except maybe like vloggers or like rare other types, people are watching for the topic. But you like socializing, you know, you watch for the person, okay? And like because of that, I'm gonna infer that you are also very loyal to one specific podcast. Like a podcast that you've listened to every week for like fucking years. Huge overlap. If your favorite YouTube genre is skits, then you miss the old YouTube. Back when a video was 2 minutes long and filmed on like a camera in someone's bedroom, and it's like one guy playing 3 characters with a cheap wig and like a shaky cameraman that's like trying not to laugh in the background. Now everything's like 40 minutes long and titled The Complete History of in something. You just miss the days where you could watch like a dumb sketch and like the climax is like someone getting hit with like a giant big bouncy inflatable green ball and like the whole video ends before your attention span is fucking giving up. If you like to watch storytime videos, then you like these because it makes you feel like a fly on the wall to like the popular kids table at school, and they like tell you all the crazy drama about some people that you don't know. It just scratches that like primal monkey brain itch. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, then check out this playlist of like what your blank blah 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 says about you, or you can check out this video that YouTube thinks you should watch next.